Hello, hello. Here we are again, here we are again. This is getting very regular, isn't it? I do well, I try. Mid-Atlantic seems like where we are. This feels just like a straight into it, straight like Kevin was not happy with Owen. Now there was Billy Graham. Bruce Hartman passing on tips to Owen. Freddie Blassie has an angle, that's helpful. Ritz was passing on tips to Kevin. Affa pulled a fun rib on Earthquake. Tony Gurria organised a poker tournament. Jimmy Hart brought a free crate of drinks. Nice. I was just about to say, we're getting like instantly straight into it. Normally there's a lot more faffing about. Yeah, hello, another day. This feels like it's just kind of a continuation of the last stream. Wrestling challenge, yeah, we auto-book this one. Auto-book, book haul show. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, how are you? How is everything going? I hope well. Ooh, we haven't actually checked. Last time we streamed, I was like, things don't seem to be going great on the YouTube. But nah, things have leveled off now. Things seem to be fine. What's the date today? The 11th? I uploaded yesterday, so I don't have to upload today. Everything looks good. A lot of angles seem to be happening, man. Not a lot of matches, which is, it's not like, I feel like it's normally the other way around. Normally WCW is just like all angles. WWF is like a solid amount of matches, but the other way around today. Wrestling, challenge open. I think I'm really getting into it because I don't really have a lot of time today. I say I don't really have a lot of time. I have an hour and a half, which is about the usual that we have to do these most days. Which I think is solid. I think like an hour and a half, like an hour and a half video, an hour and a half stream each day. Like if no, 2 minutes seems quite short. If I was doing these once a week, a 6-hour one, whilst that seems like a lot, move Shawn Michaels up. Oh, I forgot he's carrying an injury. Heel, mail. Let's move. Let's put Dynamite Kid on. Yeah, if I was doing this once a week, a 6-hour one, that'd be solid. But since I'm doing these almost daily, I think an hour and a half each day. That's solid. Video featuring Rick Martel and Tatanka. Just work on their feud up to WrestleMania. I also feel like I need to kind of subjective video as well. I need to make up for the last stream where for an hour and a half I did kind of just ramble. Haku against Owen. We can stick Owen over. Interview with Sean. Fine. On Marty and Tito. Let's have heel, male. We can stick Sonny Blaze against face. Tito probably needs to move up the card a little bit. I'd like to make most like the undercard WrestleMania matches. I'd really like to focus on getting those people up to well known. So people like the Beverleys, Dynamite Kid, Neidhart, the Von Erichs, Marty, Shango. Though Shango's not super necessarily. Owen, Tatanka, Bulldog, and Tito. I'd like to focus on kind of just book 2 more minutes. That's fine. Focus on getting those people And the nasties as well, to be fair. Just to get them to well known, so I know the matches are gonna do a little better. It's Face, Men's, Costello, Rudy, Jim, and Mancini. The Hearts, as much as they are here, is kind of just like jobbers. Nice. 70%, so would not penalise. Wrestling Challenge opening. Interview with Superstar Billy Graham and Freddie Blassie. You also have Sid cutting the promo. On Hulk. Off screen. This song's a bit awful, isn't it? There we go. This is just meant to be relaxing PlayStation 1 music, but I was not relaxed. Got Wrestling Challenge opening. What was it saying? I'd like to get people further up. Yeah, maybe that's just it. Decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Dynamite defeated Duggan in 5:45 with a headbutt. Video with Martel and Tatanka. Owen defeated Haku. Interview with Sean. Tito defeated Sonny Blaze. Oh, nice. Interview with Billy Graham, Freddie Blassie, and Sid. And then, in a terrible match, the Beverly Brothers and the Nasty Boys defeated Costello, Gonzalez, Powers, and Mancini, when Bo pinned Rudy with a double underhook suplex. I remember what I was saying. Yeah, the Hearts, as much as they are just jobbers, the lower card ones, I'm thinking of just keeping them employed. Cheeky little beer there. Keeping them employed just because it gets the backstage morale up, because obviously they're related to all the Hearts. And yeah, they'll eventually be used in like 95 if we get there. All seems good to me. Oli thinks Tim Bossman doesn't know how to work, and Tully doesn't like Scotty Flamingo. People have the usual gimmicks. WWF. Sorry, I've just also noticed one of my nails are unusually long. Wurzel thinks Owen Hart is money. Oh yes, I forgot we have the other Laurinaitis. As a face. I feel like if anything happens to either Animal or Hawk... What was his name? Ace Laurinaitis. There he is, Marcus. Let's send you away. The USWA? Yep. Nice. Who was the company that we have? Is it this one? By Killer Kowalski, yeah. I take it they won't let us take over? Fine. Yeah, if anything happens to either Animal or Hawk, I will just bring him in as an Animal or Hawk. WWF, or Road Warrior like Crush or something. Maybe not Crush, since there already was a Crush. WWF Prime Time Wrestling. 23 March 1992. I wasn't set up for this one, if I'm completely honest. Ooh, Hillbilly Jim's back. Just because we already had the show open to begin with. Not Hawaii. Have we been to every place now? March 92. 22nd of March. 8th of March. 1st February. I'm in Puerto Rico. Yeah. Well, I guess I've already been here. Let's just go back to the Tri-State. Locker room incidents. Marty Jannetty brought a free crate. Paul Bearer did some funny drawings. Afa passed on tips to Fatu. Don't need to address the locker room. Let's bring in Hillbilly Jim. Pressure car retirement for another run? Ah, there we go. Negotiate. Let's Google Hillbilly Jim actually. So that the reason behind this is just that Vince McMahon moderates a 1-hour episode of Primetime Wrestling. Monsoon, Heenan, and Perfect are on the panel with new guest Hillbilly Jim. In 1992, he was one of the co-hosts of Primetime Wrestling. Hillbilly Jim returned in 96 and became the manager of Henry O and Phineas I. Godwin, cousins who were pig farmers. He left after managing the Godwin, turned heel in the spring of 97, and worked as a road agent. In 2001, he was at the Gimmick Battle Royale. He's another one of them that I'm shocked never really went to WCW. Like, I thought they would have just got him in at some point. So let's just bring him in on a written. Hair show. Ironclad? No Ironclad? The next 3 years. Yeah? Yeah? No, we don't need we'll give you an Ironclad then. Okay. Good. All seems fine. Nice. So, McMahon says that he's heard Hulk Hogan is taking time off after WrestleMania to make a film and spend time with his family. Which kind of, to a degree, is like, I don't know who wins, if I'm honest. I assume it's Hulk. So Vince, Gorilla, Bobby, and Mr. Perfect. Talking about Hulk, Sid, more just hype. Backstage. Yeah, now I understand why he's loyal to the WWF. Because normally I'd be like, why? Just because he was there. But it seems he just never actually went anywhere else. WWF Prime Time Wrestling opening. 3 minutes. Hype. Pre-taped. Video. I wonder when the TV shows change. Because I don't actually recall any of these being around in 95. But at least we changed World Championship Wrestling to Saturday night. If I check the shows, I don't remember Primetime Superstars or Wrestling Challenge being around a little later. In the opening contest, Sid pinned Hercules after a powerbomb in 24 seconds. It is a famous encounter because Hercules does not sell. After refusing Sid's offer to leave the ring, he knocks him to the floor and chases him back to the ring. Hercules does not sell Sid's right hand. When he goes up for the powerbomb, he puts his hand behind his head. On the way down, he sits up after the 3 count, nowhere to swear. Not surprisingly, this would be Hercules' last televised match for the WWF. He would pop up several months later in the WCW as Super Invader. Instead, we could just stick Sid over face, male. Louis Spicolli? 5 minutes, not even that. Let's do a Sid domination. 1 minute. Swap those around, if anything we can stick that there. Gene Okerlund's update segment replays his interview with Ric Flair on Superstars. Just Gene, we just do an interview with Rick, cutting a promo on Randy and Miss Elizabeth. Stick that there, I guess. Tom Emanuel, publisher of WWF Magazine, says that the magazine had to put in Flair's photograph because of a press deadline and an inability to contact Savage and Liz because they were on vacation. Emanuel says that if Savage has any proof to refute Flair's photographs, that he should submit them. It's Tanker Squash is shown. Oakland's interview with Hulk Hogan on Superstars airs. Just Gene as the interviewer. Hulk. I kind of don't mind these, like his replay segments, because it just means I don't have to put the full promo again. The Mountie beats Bret Hart via count out in 6:50. Halfway through, Sherry and Sean. Right. I hear crashes and I don't know what my cat's doing. At this point, I don't even know. Oh. Halfway through, Sean and Sherry come to ringside, and Bret starts a comeback. The Mountie breaks up the moves of Doom by rolling to the floor, and Bret continues to beat on him. However, he gets into an argument with Michaels, and that distraction causes him to get counted out. The finish lays the foundation for the Bret-Shawn feud after WrestleMania. That's fine. We can add Icy Gold. Just Sean and Sherry, or Sensational Sherry, is like a little supporting thing. So we can do that. The Mountie against Bret. 10 minutes should do. The Mountie wins. Make this a steal the show. Via count out. We'll keep you strong, Bret. If that kind of sweetens the deal a bit, it does. So Bret gets into an argument with Michaels, and that distraction causes him to get counted out. The Mountie under character development. It's kind of Bret, Sean, cutting promos, Sensational Sherry. Is character development. Perfect. Oakland does the WrestleMania 8 report. 3 minutes. Hype. Pre-taped video. Let's just do a Major Stars one this time. Nope. Improvised. Perfect. Perfect says that Jake Roberts will be Undertaker at WrestleMania. Heenan concurs because Roberts has shown he will do anything to destroy his rival since the previous summer. Monsoon switches the conversation to the tag team title match, arguing that the Natural Disasters will be tag team champions. Hillbilly Jim supports that argument because the Disasters are big men. Thanks for that. Let's have Bobby Heenan, Mr. Perfect, Gorilla, and Vince talking about talking about The Undertaker and Jake Roberts. 3, just kind of some storyline development. Perfect. Repo Man beats Virgil in 5:39. Instead of that, let's have a 4v4. In fact, what are the matches? Like, that's the only match. Okay. Let's have a 4v4 of faces. Jim, Kevin, Kerry, and Owen. Instead of Jim, let's just do Bulldog. Against heels, Haku, Kato, Tanaka, and down here is Skinner. So the Hart Foundation, the Von Erichs against the Men with One Name. 7 minutes. We can stick probably Bulldog over if we're honest. Perfect. That squeezes in here. What is she doing? I just hear bangs at random intervals. And that's kind of it. Tune in on Sunday for the WWF's March to WrestleMania special edition of Primetime Wrestling. Hogan's match against Andre from WrestleMania 3 will be shown, and Liz will give an interview. That is fine. We can squeeze in some of the matches. Let's have heels. The Beverleys against face men. Singles, face. Excludery booked Crush and Coco. Stick Bo over. And now you come wobbling into here, don't you? We can squeeze in. Who else is down here? Let's have another 2v2. I'm all full of it. Tito and Marty against heel dudes. Repo and Sonny Blaze. Stick probably Marty over, if we're honest. Nice. Here, how long do we have? 24 more minutes. 3v3. Anyone recognisable that needs to be further up? Dynamite Kid? No. Dynamite. Any other heels that are well known? Could have Dynamite, Martel, and anyone down here who could do with a win? Oh, here. Shango, I guess. Well, Shango isn't normally a singles competitor against Duggan, Volkov, and Snooker. Nice. 10 minutes should do. Stick Dynamite over. Perfect. Put that here. And then let's have one more match. Let's have Hogan taking on IRS. 15 minutes. I guess Hogan wins under storytelling. At ringside is Sid and Freddie Blassie, just so kind of does a little bit of storyline. Hulk and Sid come face to face, but the road agents don't let them get their hands on each other. Perfect. We can probably just do Hulk, Sid, and Freddie Blassie. It can be improvised. Nice. 65% matches. We're currently at 74, so would not be penalised. What's the analysis saying? Nothing at all? Nothing at all. Perfect. Happy? I think we're happy. I think this is alright. What's the creative ideas? Dale Wolf, big gamble. Nah, we're alright. Freddie Blassie, angle idea, extremely whiskey. Whiskey! We love that. Let's put it in here. Where is it? Angle idea, Freddie Blassie. We'll try it. And we've got the WWF Primetime Wrestling opening. Sid defeated Spicoli in 54 seconds with a choke slam. McMahon says he's heard Hogan is taking time off after Mania to make a film and spend time with his family. In a poor match, the Hart Foundation and the Von Erichs defeated Kato, Haku, Tanaka and Skinner when Bulldog pinned Tanaka with a running power slam. Gene Okerlund's update segment replays his interview with Ric Flair on Superstars. The Beverleys defeated Crush and Coco when Bo pinned Coco with a Shaker height spike. Okerlund's interview with Hogan from Superstars airs. The Mountie defeated Brett in 9:47 by countout. Brett got into an argument with Michaels, and that distraction caused him to get counted out. In an extremely short match, Tito and Marty defeated Repo and Blaze when Janetti pinned Repo with a diving fist drop. Oakland does the WrestleMania 8 report. About which had decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Martel, Dynamite and Shango defeated Volkov, Duggan and Snuka when Dynamite pinned Jimmy Snuka with a headbutt. Perfect says that Jake Roberts will beat Undertaker at WrestleMania. Heenan concurs because Roberts has shown he'll do anything to destroy his rival since the previous summer. Then now a main event about which had great heat and decent wrestling. Hogan defeated IRS in 14:51 with a big leg drop. Hulk and Sid come face to face, but the road agents do not let them get their hands on each other. Freddie Blassie's angle did not go well. Penalised for having a failed angle idea, that's fair. Financially, 43k, happy with that. Not Dick the Bruiser Jr. I wonder if he's actually any relation to the original Dick the Bruiser. Sorry, I was taunting my cat again. Oh, who? Big Bully Busick. What's, He was about a lot earlier, wasn't he? In July 91, he debuted in the WWF where he utilised his bully gimmick. He even harassed Mike McGurk, which eventually led to a save from opponent Sid Justice. After having spent weeks squashing enhancement talent. Sorry, I was reading ahead. Including wins over Coco Beware and Jim Powers, Busick enters a small feud with Brawler. The Brawler challenged Busick to a match as he was a real bully in WWF. The Brawler beat the bully by countout. A rematch later saw Brawler fail to dominate the bully. Busick spent the remainder of his time wrestling against Brett, Bulldog, Kerry, Greg and Snooker before leaving the company in November 91. Originally Busick was supposed to make his pay-per-view debut with its Survivor Series with Mustafa, Berserker, Skinner and Hercules. He retired in 95, eventually returned in 2011 on indie shows. I wonder why. Can we just get him back? Who are we now? WCW that? Yeah. Maybe not here. Lady Star. Oh, Paul Levesque graduates to IWF. In fact, where do you go first? You don't go straight to WWF, do you? Triple H. You're in WCW from 94 to 95, and then WWE 95 to present. We can shortlist you. Vampiro Rising. We never checked who were the new workers. Story type. New companies. Yeah, I doubt there is any. New workers. Paul Levesque. Juventud, Cybernetico. Nakagawa. You don't look real. That's a different Brian Cox than the one I know. Stevie Richards, Ace Darling, Okimura. WWF, here we go. Whippleman thinks the Mountie's a natural talker, and Sid thinks Kato doesn't connect with the fans. Davey Boy is someone who says positive for abusing painkillers. Once again, we'll fine him. Bunch of people are unhappy. Dynamite Kid is happy. Let's look for Big Bully Busick. What would he be under? Is he just under Big Bully? Big Bully Busick, there we are. Instead of a freelancer, let's edit. I just don't think the freelancing thing works. So, Big Bully Busick. Set him as a wrestler. Freelance, no. Save. Nice. Let's bring Big Bully Busick back. Big Bully Busick. Negotiate. Let's give you an exclusive written for 3 years. 6 grand's good with me. Nice. Barry Orr, I doubt that, yeah, you won't give up the business. So that's Barry Orton, isn't it? Oh, he died in 2021. It's kind of surprising to me that, given what Barry Orr, like the sexual abuse claims that he came out and said against the WWF, that they just continue to work with Ortons. Like, I wouldn't put it past Vince to, like, just kind of cut out that whole family entirely. Which, I mean, good that he didn't. We got Randy Orton, all that stuff. But it was a little worrisome. Speaking of Bob Orton, promoting UWF, Moondog Spike fully fit. Doula and Eddie have moved. What's up next? Superstars of Wrestling. WWF Superstars of Wrestling. Is it 28 March 1992? Is that when it would be? Yes, March 28th, 1992. What's going on in WCW? Not much going on the Grey Dog forums, not much going on the YouTube. Velvet McIntyre has worked for the WWF. WWF Women's Division. Women in WWE. What's going on? So early history. Sherry initially debuted in '87, defeating Moolah for the WWF Women's Champion, renaming herself as Sensational Sherry. In '87, Mike McGurk was introduced as the first women's ring announcer. The first Survivor Series saw a female elimination match of the... In February '89, the WWF Women's Tag Team Champions was deactivated. In '89, Sapphire debuted, cheering for Dusty Rhodes. Rockin' Robin was the last WWF Women's Champion in the late 1980s. In 1990, Sensational Sherry remained with Savage, while Sapphire worked with Dusty. Sapphire departed the company mid-1990. Miss Elizabeth worked primarily with Dusty. She returned with Savage. In '93, which I suppose is next year, WWF reinstated its Women's Championship. Medusa was brought in. She debuted under London Rays. She wrestled in a 6-woman tournament. She pinned Heidi Lee Morgan on an episode of All American Wrestling to win the title. After the tournament, Medusa was asked WWF management to bring in new women fresh to wrestle. So Leilani Kai, Bull Nakano, and Bertha Frey were brought on. They had a short challenge exchange with All Japan, including Achikong. In December, due to financial troubles the WWF was having, Blaze was released from her contract and stripped of the title following her jump to WCW. And then the title remained inactive, well, vacant, until 1998. Which, to be fair, is something I'm probably going to avoid. I'll just keep... Once the title does come back in 93, I will probably keep it around, maybe grow it on Sunny and China and Kat and Deborah, Melina. You know, just the women of the era, just keep the belt bouncing around. I'll keep some Joshi talent in, because they're fucking class. Power Hour we auto book. Power Hour is the same night as WCW Saturday Night, which is in 2 days. Continue, what's going on? Big Bully Busick, gotta come in as a heel with that name. How show was held, that's fine. What was I gonna search? Ah yes, WCW Saturday Night, March 28, 1990. Mr. Chin, Japanese wrestler. 328? 328. Nice. Van Hammer, Chip and Todd get a win. Dustin gets a win. Cactus gets a win. Tom Zenk defeats Terry Taylor. Johnny B. Bad defeats Steve Armstrong. Mr. Hughes and Vinny Vegas gets a win. Looks like a solid enough show of Saturday night. Oh, Tom Von Murick. I reckon that's my rings, boys. Canadian Giant. Why is he unable to negotiate? Oh, 'cause he's waiting for a contract to begin. I was going to say, if he ends up being like, I hate Vince McMahon. Yeah, I can go there, I don't mind. Bruce Hart, ASW's made a contract to... Yeah, you can go to ASW. I'm not going to stop that. Ken Raper, most unfortunate name in wrestling. And was that, what was that tournament? Six Women's Tournament 1993 WWF. So Heidi Lee Morgan defeated Black Venus. Rusty Thomas defeated Angie Marino. Alundra Blaze defeated Alison Royal. Then Heidi Lee defeated Thomas, and then Alundra beat Heidi Lee. Layla was the final women's champion. And Harvey Whippleman is the only male to have held the women's title. A couple of people being hired throughout. I think Stan Lane comes to WWF comes to WCW at some point. What's going on? Van Hammer's relocated. I've heard they're running out of stories. Or like running out of news to give me, so it's just like they relocate some people. Brad Batten. Is he part of one of the Batten twins that kind of a jobbers in WCW? The fact that WWF has made it to the end, but WCW hasn't. Nikita Koloff has been stranded at the airport. Alright, let's see why No, you can have 119. See, let's list the little ones crying. What are you doing? She's just kind of got some fluff hanging out of her mouth that I'd like to get off. Oh, you ate it, didn't you? Oh, that's for you. Stop causing trouble. Oh, in fact, I will just close the door and leave her in here so I can see you. Then at least if you get up to trouble in here, I know what you're doing. Yeah, we can probably use you. And Anderson ran some drills. Tony Schiavone and Pillman had an over-the-top duet. Ricky has been talking to Booker T a lot and having a degree of influence over him. Big Josh was not happy with Schiavone. Neither was Ole Anderson. Neither was Dick. Abdullah has a creative finish. Johnny B. Bad has a character idea. Make me a boxer. I can do a shooting star press. Let's auto book the whole show. Just look at all these interviews. It's unnecessary. Do. Let's have a quick 2v2. Teams. Exclude already booked. I don't know. Who could do with a win? Who's here? So you have Cactus and Vader taking on faces. Mooter and Simmons? Well, ding dang do me. 9 minutes, stick Vader over. Must cut a minute, easy, you can do that. So it's WCW Power Hour opening. Nope, can't spell the same minute. Opening. There you go, there's that minute. And Dustin Howley. Perfect. Interview with Tully. Interview with Alan Tully. And you're going to be cutting a promo on. I'm not really sure who he's actually feuding with. Is he Major? Yeah. Put it on Rick and Scott. And Scott Steiner. Perfect. Terry Taylor against Joey Maggs. Taylor Made Man can go over. Interview with Ron Simmons on Steve Austin. Ron Simmons putting a promo on Steve. 6 minutes seems like a long time for him to cut a promo. We can shorten it. Thomas Rich and La Pera del Terra against Big Josh and the Rock and Roll. Instead, let's have heel men. Let's have La Pera del Terra and Lionheart against Big Josh, Chip, and Champion. Let's stick Lionheart over since he's in that little Van Hammer feud. Video featuring the Dangerous Alliance. I'll never be able to do that correctly. Steve Austin. Subject of video. Rick Rude. Alan Anderson. Bobby Eaton. Larry Sabisco. Medusa. Paul E. Z-Man against Trace Smothers, and let's have Z-Man against... Let's have Jeep Swenson losing to face Pillman, probably. That's fine. Then interview Barry Windham on Larry... Where's Larry Zabisco? I'd never guess it was spelled that way. Zabisco. Larry Zabisco off screen. Perfect. Oh, looks good. 67%, so would not be penalised. WCW Power Hour opening. Cactus and Vader defeated Simmons and Muta when Vader pinned Simmons with a Vader bomb. Interview with Arn and Tully. Terry Taylor defeated Joey Maggs in 7:45 with a sharpshooter. Interview with Ron on Steve Austin. Lionheart and La Perra del Terra defeated the WCW Patriots when Lionheart submitted Chip with the Lion Tamer. Video featuring the Dangerous Alliance. I'm just unshoot, like my cat's so full of energy at the moment. And she looks like she's trying to undo the back door, like unlock it. Pillman defeated Jeep in 7:14 with an air Pillman. Interview with Windham on Zabisco. That's in the show. Oh, nice. That was a great promo. Don't need a booking team meeting. Ard Barr and Booker T had an argument. That's it done. So what do we have? We had Van Hammer picking up a win. Is he down here? Oh no. Van Hammer can take on heel, male, Jeep Swenson. Get Van Hammer that money. Chip and Todd pick up a win, but instead I think I'll do... I'm happy to do Scotty Flamingo and Lionheart against face males Gigante and Big Josh. Let's stick Flamingo over, to be honest. Nice. Dustin defeats Greg Sawyer. Dustin against heel, male, Thomas Rich. Did we do this? Yeah, I felt like I did this match recently. Dustin goes over. Cactus gets a win. If he doesn't already get one, I'd like Vader to get a win, so if anything, we would probably do this as a 2v2. Oh, Vader. This song's awful. How is this for volume levels? Is this just really quiet? Yes, fine. We'll just go back to the RuneScape music. That seems safest. Yep, Vader and Cactus can just pick up a quick win and go against face, males. Oh, has Ivan fell this much? He was an easy loss. They can take on Z-Man and Mags. 5 minutes with Vader going over. Let's check his popularity. If we track progress. Yes, he's dipped, but he's going like he's getting right back up there again. Tom Zenk defeated Terry Taylor. Who do we have against? Is it Tom Zenk? I think we have Ivan. Ivan can beat Terry Taylor. Not for the title, I don't believe. Zenk is duped to the floor and Valentine is attacked by Bagwell. Zenk comes on the top rope and hits a missile dropkick on Taylor. Ivan. So there's interference on Ivan by Greg. There's also interference on Terry by Marcus Alexander. Johnny B. Bad defeated Steve Armstrong. So I think for us that's Johnny B. Bad beating Billy Robinson. 10 minutes. Let's have Bad over. Steal the show. Mr. Hughes and Vinny Vegas picks up a win. Instead, once again, I'm happy to have Vinny, the Diamond Stud, and Diamond Dallas Page against Faces, Todd, Stallion, and Chip. Let's stick the Diamond Stud over still. Austin, Anderson, and Eaton defeats Junkyard Dog, Brad Armstrong, and PN News. I can't believe this is the A show. So Steve Austin, Bobby Eaton, and Arn can take on Face, Males. Who do we actually have? Because it's Rick Rude against Bagwell in the main event. Instead, let's have the Rock and Roll Express and the Great Muta. Yeah, that at least makes somewhat sense. Let's stick Austin over. Then the main event, Rude defeats Bagwell. "15 minutes. Make it storytelling, but if we need to change anything, we can." Nice. Probably have to shorten some things for the angles. Bagwell comes out to be interviewed by Jim Ross to open the program. He'll be wrestling Rick Rude later on. Bagwell says he's going to do the best he can against Rude. Very solid, very basic interview. So, Jim Ross as the interviewer, Bagwell cutting a promo on Rick Rude. Literally nothing more to it than that. So, WCW Saturday night opening. Two minutes, hype, pre-taped video. Only the major stars. These are also major stars to me. Perfect. What does the analysis say? Oh, the ratios. Eric Bischoff interviews Van Hammer after his win. Hammer talks about helping the community. This isn't until JT Smith comes out and plays his guitar. Southern wants to know if Hammer can even play his guitar. Southern just leaves while Hammer suggests they have a wrestling match. Does not answer the question. Instead of JT, it's Lionheart. It's fine. Eric Bischoff is the interviewer. Let's have Van Hammer cutting a promo. Same with Lionheart. Boop, boop. This match can last a minute. This one can last 2 minutes. Cactus Jack is interviewed after his victory. Jack will be having a rematch with Ron Simmons on April 12th in Georgia. Jack is also going to be wrestling Johnny B. Bad. Jack talks about WCW World Champion Sting as well. Jack likes what Vader did to Sting. Jack focuses on Ron Simmons and says he's going to destroy him. Very all over the place promo. So Cactus cutting a promo. Vader can too. Who is the... I guess Eric Bischoff can be the interviewer again. on Ron Simmons off screen, Johnny B. Bad, and Sting. So after his match, which is here, so we did the Terry Taylor stuff. Dustin Rhodes shares some words. Rhodes says that Vader is the new bull in town. He says that Sting is the new ruler of WCW. Who has the upper hand between those men? He doesn't know. Oh, Dusty Rhodes says this. Ah, that makes more sense. 30 minutes backstage. Storyline development. Dusty is cutting a promo on Sting and Vader. He's just kind of hyping it up the way Dusty Rhodes does. Perfect, that can go here. This match can be 3 minutes shorter. This match can be a lot shorter. Paulie Dangerously and Rick Rude is with Eric Bischoff for an interview. Rude will be wrestling Steamboat on the 12th for the championship. Dangerously warns Steamboat that there could very well be a murder on the Orient Express. Rude chimes in and says he can't change anything about the past. Rude thinks that Steamboat is going to realise that his future will be whatever Rude wants it to be. So, Rick Rude cutting a promo with Paul E. Eric Bischoff is the interviewer on Ricky Steamboat. Screen. 3 minutes. Perfect. Stick that here. Why not? Bagwell is driven down to the mat of the back suplex. Ricky Steamboat comes out to the ringside area, and Bagwell nearly gets pinned. Rude hits the Rude Awakening and pins Bagwell. Steamboat rolls into the ring and brawls with Rude until the locker room empties to break up the fight. Not much happened on this show. To break, we'll do it up. 3 minutes. Steamboat, well, Ricky Steamboat, and Rude. Perfect. Let's have a WCW Pro advert. Literally just 1 minute. Right, pre-taped video. Nice. Fill in the gap. Oh, now you're all settled and purring, aren't you? Now you calm down. So running about like a mad idiot. Huh? And is it WCW Pro? Power Hour. I am the idiot. WCW Pro, that was a show, wasn't it? WCW Power Hour. WCW main event ad. Again, 1 minute hype pre-taped video. Jobs are good and stick that here. By the looks of it, we just need one more. I can't take a minute off that. I can take a minute off this. And we can add WCW at the Omni recap. Nope. WCW at the Omni recap. 1 minute hype pre-taped video. Let's have everyone again. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Boop, boop. Jobs are good. 76% and so would not be penalised, booking analysis says everything is fine. Those are the only people we're using. Oh, we also use them tonight. Oh, that makes sense. Alright, let's run it. We got WCW Saturday night opening. Van Hammer defeated Jeep in 48 seconds by submission. Bagwell comes out to be interviewed by Jim Ross. He'll be wrestling Rick Rude later on. Bagwell says he's going to do the best he can against Rude. Scotty Flamingo and Lionheart defeated Gigante and Big Josh, when Flamingo pinned Big Josh with a pile driver. Bischoff interviews Van Hammer after his win. Yeah, did not put that in the right place. Hammer talks about helping the community. This isn't until Lionheart comes out and plays his guitar. Lionheart wants to know if Hammer can even play his guitar. Lionheart just leaves while Hammer suggests they have a wrestling match. Dustin defeated Thomas Rich in 31 seconds with a bulldog. We then got a WCW Pro advert. Fucking Power Hour, you know what I mean? Vader and Cactus Jack defeated Z-Man and Mags when Vader pinned Joey Mags with a Vader bomb. Cactus is interviewed after his victory. Jack will be having a rematch with Ron Simmons on April 12th in Georgia. Jack's going to be wrestling Johnny B. Bad. Jack talks about WCW champion Sting as well. Cactus likes what Vader did to Sting and focuses on Ron Simmons, saying he's going to destroy him. Ivan defeated Terry Taylor in 351 with a Russian sickle. Rhodes says that Vader is the new bull in town and says that Sting is the new ruler at WCW. Who was the upper men between the two? In a decent match, Johnny B. Bad defeated Billy Robinson in 943 with a Wild Thing. Paul Lee and US champion Rick Rude are with Eric Bischoff for an interview. Rude will be wrestling Ricky Steamboat on April 12th for the title. Dangerously warns Steamboat that could very well be a murder on the Orient Express. Rude chimes in and says he can't change anything about the past. Rude thinks that Steamboat is going to realise that his future will be whatever Rude wants it to be. The Diamond Mine defeated the Italian Stallion and the Patriots when the Stud pinned Stallion with a Diamond Death Drop. Got a main event ad. Dangerous Alliance defeated Muta and the Rock and Roll Express when Austin pinned Morton with a Hollywood and Vine. Then got a recap of WCW at the Omni the other week. And in the main event, Rude defeated Bagwell in 1442 with a Rude Awakening. Steamboat rolls into the ring and brawls with Rude until the locker room empties to break up the fight. Solid, kind of what I expected. Not our best show, so I can't really be like, yeah, this was going to do well. Now we're on Superstars of Wrestling. Your hosts are Vince McMahon and Mr. Perfect. In action this week are The Undertaker, The Disasters, and Bossman, plus an interview with Flair. The copy of the show cut off the Berserker Ian Weston match. Thanks. No one gets the night off. We will be in... Are we back in the Tri-State? Did I decide to go back here? 23rd of March? Oh, we're back at the top. Yeah, 23rd of March, we're back in the Tri-State. The MSG show, nice. Locker room incidents. Bradley, some heat between Bradley and Owen. Fred's gone to an argument with Owen. Did WFC and Earthquake help create a fun, relaxing atmosphere? Afa was fun to be around. Sid has been talking to Spicoli and has a bit of influence over him. Nice. Did I book... Yeah, I feel like I booked Superstars of Wrestling as if it was an A show. The Undertaker gets a quick 59 seconds on win over a man called Lee Armstrong. Let's have it. Undertaker beat heel, male, Tanaka. 1 second. The Undertaker wins. After the match, The Undertaker stuffs him inside a body bag, then hits a stomp. Stuffs Tanaka. It's a little bit off. 2 minutes. Instead, we can kind of Undertaker cutting a promo with Paul Bearer on Jake Roberts. Just so the angle kind of actually progresses something. We need a WWF Superstars of wrestling opening. 3 minutes hype pre-taped video. Now it's gonna be a sad day when Ric Flair leaves this. I wonder if anyone will move up. Boop, boop, boop. Hogan's perpetually unhappy. Stick that to improvised. WWF up to date with Gene Oakland. He has WrestleMania 8 being just 1 week away, as we see footage from the press conference with Mr. Perfect and Ric Flair. Flair sets the ground rules, and that is all applause be held until Flair speaks. The camera shows that the room is empty, as Flair says each and every one of us believes that Elizabeth is pure and his photographs are not real. Flair then reveals the photos as they flash on the screen. Flair pulls out a scarf he claims to belong to Liz and smells it to remember her scent, and tells Savage he'll bring it to WrestleMania, and then talks about the sweet smell of success. Flair and Perfect then yell woo as the segment airs. Segment ends. It's fucking long gimmick. Boop, boop, boop. Let's just have Ric Flair, not Rick Martel, cutting a promo. I just want to make sure the audio levels are alright, because it seemed a bit loud. Cutting a promo with Mr. Perfect on Randy Savage and Liz. Nice. We then get Papa Shango against Dave Taylor. I wonder if it's that Dave Taylor. To search. Papa Shango versus Dave Taylor. I see Papa Shango against Justin Taylor. Yeah, Superstars. Papa Shango defeats David Taylor. This is just a random David Taylor, not WCW British Dave Taylor. That's fine. We're gonna have Papa Shango getting a quick victory. Papa Shango over face, male, Brian Costello. 1 minute. Shango wins. After the match, Shango dangled his own necklace over his opponent to show you that he means business. 2 minutes. We're going to have Papa cutting a promo on the Ultimate Warrior. Again, just so it's an actual advancing angle. We hear the voice tell the Big Boss Man he will pay soon. We see videos of prison doors being closed. Bloody hell, it was a struggle. 2 minutes. Character development. Pre-taped video. Nails cutting a promo on the Big Boss Man. Storyline. Is Big Boss Man in anything? He's got a major role in that, we can remove him. Add storyline, WWF. Who's the boss now? Boss Man? A Big Boss Man against Nails. Big Boss Man actually off screen. Nice. Barry Horowitz against Boss Man. Boss Man wins in 1 minute. It's a Big Boo Man taking on heel, male, Colonel Mustafa. Big Boo Man. Natural Disasters defeat Dale Wolf and Bob Morgan. We then hear from Money Inc. in an insert promo laughing at the Natural Disasters for thinking they would become champions. Teams, the Natural Disasters take on face, males. Oh, I forgot that one of the... It's a Bruce and Ross. I forgot that one of the Bushwhackers is just like as good as retired at this point. Earthquake. After we destroyed his spine. So Money Inc. are laughing at the national disasters, thinking they will become champions. So Ted, not champions, cutting a promo with IRS and Jimmy Hart on Typhoon. This didn't turn them face. Yeah, the disasters are just, oh, they're meant to be faces. Can we turn them? But then that ruins the full gimmick. I guess it's heel. That's fine. Typhoon, off screen, and Earthquake, off screen. 2 minutes. We're gonna make it unscripted. Gene Oakland welcomes Sid and Harvey Whippleman, which is our Freddie Blassie, to the interview platform. Sid cuts off Oakland, calling him a bald-headed little oaf, then has Harvey read off Hulk Hogan's commandments as Sid tells Hogan how they will not help him out in their match. Sid also takes time to yell at the fans. Sid says the only way he'll lose is if he's struck by lightning, then tells Hogan in the jungle the strong survive and the weak fall to the side. Pretty cool. Freddie Blassie. Nice, looks like everything's good. 3 minutes. Gene Oakland is the interviewer with Freddie Blassie cutting a promo, same with Sid on Hulk screen. El Matador against Doug Summers. The announcers talk about Shawn Michaels. Matador just kind of wins. So we then get an ad for WBF Body Stars that features Lex Luger as he talks about premiering at WrestleMania. This is Luger's WWF TV debut, though he doesn't wrestle till the Royal Rumble. So what's that? Tito gets a win over heel male Haku. How often has we ran this match? Just once, shockingly. 5 minutes. Stick Tito over. Stick that just here. Then get the WrestleMania 8 report with Gene Oakland, and that's the end of the show. Superstars of Wrestling, is that an A show? It is. Oh, we need to do something bigger. So 3 minutes, hype, pre-taped video. So how far away? Not that far away from WrestleMania. Let's have... Who could we do? So Slaughter. Could do Slaughter, Piper and Brett. Lose to heels. Jake, Sid and Flair. That's kind of a big boy match. Let's have Jake win, storytelling, make it a tainted win. Jake cheated to win. Taker, Hogan, and Macho come out to help Piper. This is a very modern day kind of pre-WrestleMania thing. To help Piper, Brett and Slaughter. Send them packing. To help Slaughter fight back. Nice. 5 minutes. We have Jake Roberts, Sid, and is it Ric Flair? I think so. Against Sergeant Slaughter, Brett, and Roddy, but also come out at Randy Savage, The Undertaker, and Hulk. Nope, that's fine. Improvised. Perfect. So the rest is fine. We can just throw in some matches. Let's have a 5v5 heel teams. The Beverleys, the Nasty Boys, and it's gonna have to be Dynamite Kid against Faces, Crush, Duggan, Snooker, Volkov, and Virgil. Let's stick Dynamite Kid over. Perfect. Stick that here. Let's have a similar 4v4 of bases, Kevin, Kerry, Marty, and Owen against heels, Kato, Repo, Dalton, and the Wits. Let's stick Kerry over. Move this one down here. And then we can squeeze one more in. Let's just do a quick 2v2 of who's down here. Tatanka. Oh, British Bulldog made it up. Tatanka and Jim against heels Smedley and Donahue. The dream team of Smedley and Donahue. 4 minutes should do. Tatanka can go over. Are we still all good? Was that here? No, we've got a double match here, so we didn't actually need the angle. Ow. WrestleMania ad. Literally a single minute hype pre-taped video. Just the main boys, just the major stars. Nice. Hogan wants to be improvised as always. Forget every time. Stick that here. 73, so would not be penalised. What's booking analysis saying? Nothing at all. Nothing at all. So we've got a WWF Superstars of Wrestling opening. The Undertaker defeated Tanaka in 44 seconds with a chokeslam. That did really well actually. After the match, Undertaker stuffs Tanaka inside a body bag and hits a stomp. Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat, Shango defeated Costello in 35 seconds with a voodoo driver. Voodoo, you do. After the match, Shango dangles his bone necklace over his opponent. Tito defeated Haku in 4:49 with a figure 4. We then get the WF update with Gene Oakland. He hypes WrestleMania 8 being 1 week away, as we see footage from a press conference with Perfect and Savage. Flair pulls out a scarf that he claims belongs to Liz and smells it to remember her scent, and tells Savage he'll bring it to Mania, then talks about the sweet smell of success. An extremely short match, Marty, Owen and the Von Erichs defeated Kato, Repo, Dalton and the Wits, when Kerry submitted B.A. Dalton with the Iron Claw. We hear a voice telling Big Bossman that he will pay soon, and we see videos of prison cell doors closing. Bossman defeated Mustafa in 3:29 with a Bossman slam. Then got a WrestleMania advert, about which had subpar wrestling and Little Heat. The Disasters defeat the Hart Foundation when Earthquake pinned Ross with an Earthquake splash. Money Inc. are laughing at the Natural Disasters for thinking they will become champions. Terrible Heat and a non-existent Crowd Heat to a crowd that are cold and losing interest. Tatanka and Neidhart defeated Donahue and Smedley when Tatanka pinned Donahue with an Indian Death Drop. Gene Oakland welcomes Sid and Blassie to the interview platform. Sid cuts off Oakland, called him a bald-headed little oaf, and then has Freddie read off Hogan's commandments as Sid tells Hogan how they will not help him out in their match. Dynamite Kid, the Beverleys and the Nasties defeated Crush, Duggan, Snooker and Volkov and Virgil when Dynamite pinned Snooker with a headbutt. Then got the WrestleMania 8 report with Gene Oakland. And then in our main event, Jake, Blair and Sid defeated Brett, Roddy and Slaughter when Jake pinned Brett after using a foreign object. Jake cheated to win. Here comes Taker, Hogan and Macho to come out and help Piper, Brett and Slaughter and send the heels packing. The Undertaker invented a new catchphrase where he said, Jake, I'll make you rest in peace. Made 430,000. Lost a bit of pop in Hawaii. Can handle that. Bill Wilcox. WCW main event 992. I imagine that'll be the next show. Where are we at? 329? It looks like it'll be the next one. And the next one after that is 4-5. What are we saying? Jody Hamilton thinks Lionheart is money. Rick Rude doesn't like Joey Maggs. Do any of us? Next, WWF. Downtown Bruno. Downtown, right. Now lives in the Mid-South. Affa thinks Owen is money. Hulk thinks Ray Stevens sells like crap. And Pat Patterson does not like Tanaka. Incident with Pat Tanaka is a hard drug user, so let's fine him. Ric Flair's a hard drug user, so let's fine him. Piper is happy. Great. And we also have Wrestling Challenge, which is that. Don't know if that's our order, but sure. WCW main event. We might only have time for this one, so we'll find out. First option, locker room incidents. Big Josh has a creative finish. Joey Maggs has been influenced by Arn, his protege. Vinny Vegas and Terry Taylor got in a huge row and had to be physically separated. At the same time, Gordon Soley did some fun drawings. Giovanni gave the locker room a lift and did some drills. Solid. So we have Terry Taylor and Greg Valentine defeat Ivan and Bagwell. Obviously it's Tom Zenk and Bagwell, but Terry Taylor and Greg Valentine defeating Ivan. Oh, is he not scheduled to wrestle on Nikita then? And Marcus. Let's have Terry Taylor win, but it's a tainted win. Yep. Ricky Steamboat defeated Arn Anderson by a DQ when Rick Rude interfered, hit the referee, and assaulted Steamboat. Steamboat eventually fought off Rude and hung him with Steamboat's own leather strap, so this is what they're on about. It's just the airings. Oh, it's a replay from WCW Pro. I knew that was a show. Who does need cheap viewers when I have TARDIS Mechanic? Cheap viewers are the only viewers I need. I don't know if that's the compliment I think it is. Rick Rude. Oh no, it's Arn Anderson against Ricky Steamboat. Nice. So Steamboat wins. Makes storytelling. After a DQ finish, after interference on Steamboat by Rick Rude. Perfect. We do need some jobbers in the chat. Always need the we need the Zack Ryders, everyone does. Steamboat eventually fights. I like Zack Ryder. Eventually fights off Rude and hangs him with Rude's own leather strap for clearing Anderson from the ring. So Ricky Steamboat. Oh, we need Rude. We need Steamboat. We need This is when we get Wildman, Ricky Steamboat. We need WCW main. There we go. Event opening. Also, hello TARDIS Mechanic. How are you? I hope you're doing well. My apologies if you've just tuned in. I will be ending after this show. Which people only seem to come in when I get to the end of my streams. Man's got jobs to do. Someone has to clean the flat. We can have a WCW at the Omni recap. I miss the mid-2000s jobbers. Not mid-2000s. I like a Scotty Too Hotty. Yep, my streams aren't tailored to you. See, that's the thing. I understand so many people finish work at 5, but because I'm a brunch chef, I typically finish at like 3, 4 o'clock. So then after like an hour, well, after about an hour and a half to 2 hours streaming, it's like then I have to get on with like life jobs, evening jobs. And go against heel, males. Who do we have here? So I feel like I do kind of miss out on the general streaming crowd. Martin. That's cool. People can check out the VODs. People can see what's going on the YouTube. WCW Saturday night advert. Someone came in before and was like, oh, do you have a schedule for these streams? And my life's so chaotic, I wouldn't even know where to start with a schedule. Like, I don't even know what's happening tomorrow. I do actually. I do know what's happening tomorrow. I won't be streaming. Never on a Wednesday. Never stream on a Wednesday. I feel like I've done this bit before, but it still stands to reason. Face, male, Jushin. Nice. This match will bang on WCW main event. This is a solid one, to be fair. Steamboat against Arn. Valentine and Taylor against Nikita and Bagwell. Rock and Roll Express against Hughes and Rogers. Not the best. Vader against Liger. Hell yeah. What's our next big show? It's Wrestle War? Seems like it. WCW Wrestle War advert. Wrestle War. WCW Wrestle War advert. Nice. Just the major men. Perfect. Nice. Stick that here. 76% so would not be penalised. Auto Booker or Booking Analysis says everything's good. We get the WCW main event opening. Valentine and Taylor defeated Nikita and Bagwell when Taylor submitted Bagwell with a sharpshooter after interference from Teddy Long. I forgot they were managed by Teddy Long, if I'm honest. WCW at the Omni recap. Rock and Roll Express defeated Hughes and Rogers when Morton pinned Rip with a double dropkick. Saturday night advert. Good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Vader defeated Liger in 9:42 with a Vader bomb. Wrestle War advert. Fantastic heat and great wrestling. Look at this, man. Steamboat defeated Arn in 14:43 when Arn was disqualified when Rude ran in and attacked Steamboat. Steamboat eventually fights off Rude and hangs Rude with his own leather strap before clearing Anderson at the ring. Made 6k. That's the thing. We just need to have longer matches. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you to anyone that does watch. Stay safe. Look after yourselves, man. I do genuinely care because they did talk. Like, who would have been shocked that fucking two of the best wrestlers in the world ever had a banging match on a B show for WCW? Yeah, look after each other. I do genuinely care, and I appreciate everyone that watches and pops in. We men need to talk about what we love more, and sometimes that's playing way too much of this shit little wrestling game. Stay safe.